Hey, what's going on, P90Xers and YouTubers? This is Ben. Uh, this isn't going to be a real update about P90X. This is just something I wanted to talk about for a while. Uh, just trying to strike conversation, see if anybody will respond. You might excuse me, I've got kind of a cold. Um, like the title implies, or says, or asks, why do we do this? Why do people like ourselves putting ourselves through pain and agony to get fit and look good? Plain and simple. Vanity? I'm sure that's a part of it. Health? I'm sure that's a bigger part of it. Self-esteem? That's a good part of it too. I think those all tie in together and they're all valid reasons. Um, my biggest pet peeve, I guess you could say, um, is the lack of concern for oneself that people have. And what I mean by that is shows like The Biggest Loser, or there was one about kids that I saw called Student Body. What gets them to that point? What gets them to change? Again, I don't have a sociology degree or anything like that, so I can't answer these questions, but my biggest pet peeve is the fact that my wife and I will go to a restaurant, sushi, or, somewhere to go eat. We will sit down, eat, get up, and sometimes we'll walk around the mall, or we'll go walking somewhere or do something, or we go shopping. And I start noticing families walking in with their children, all around. And one of the things I notice is a lot of the heavier set, overweight people have kids that are overweight. Now, I know some people are going to say it's genetics. Um, I'm sorry, I have to respectfully disagree with genetics. My mom is overweight, my father is as well, and I'm not. Maybe I didn't get the gene, or maybe something else happened. I don't know. But I don't think it's genetics, because if you look back so many years ago, there weren't that many obese people. I want to say it's not really genetics, just family traits being passed down, family habits. You all have heirlooms. You all have certain things that you liked as a kid because your family introduced them to you, and certain things you don't like because your family, either you got introduced to them and you didn't like them, or your family didn't like them as well. I was with a Mexican family, so we ate a lot of rice and beans. I love rice and beans, so I love Mexican food. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of these traits that families have get passed on to their kids, and then the kids' kids, and then it becomes a family trait. I don't really want to say genetics, because I've never, really believed that. I've even had someone said, uh, I got big bones. I've never seen a fat skeleton. Sorry, I've never seen a skeleton with bigger bones than somebody else. Um, this is just not to start an argument or anything like that. This is just something that's on my mind, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time, and finally I've got something that I've wanted to express, so forgive me if I've offended you. Another thing I wanted to point out was if there was a law that was passed in the United States that says your waist couldn't be a certain size, how would you feel about it? Japan passed a law recently, and I read in the New York Times that the males could not have a waist. I think it's over a certain age too, so I think it's over 40. Could not have a waist bigger than 33.5 inches, and females cannot have a waist bigger than 35.4 inches. It's a violation of human rights, maybe. Is it a health concern? Maybe. That's the valid points that's coming along. Japan ordered companies to measure their employees to make sure they're within a certain weight standard, and then they'd have to go to a program if they aren't, and yada yada yada. But it's an interesting thing, because if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, healthcare, if everybody was in shape in the United States, every single person at least ran for a half hour a day or did some sort, even P90X, did something very, very active and stayed within their weight standards. Do you think we'd have high healthcare costs? Do you think insurance would be so high as it is? I don't know. I would say no, but you're never going to know that answer. I love the United States. I love America. I love everything about it. I'm proud to be American. You know, I was a Marine, served my country, and I'm going to be doing it again. But I have to say that I feel that these freedoms that people think, they take it for granted, and they overindulge. I mean, it's okay to overindulge once in a while, but to do it to a fact where it's causing you to have health problems is a different story. Another article I found in Muscle and Fitness talked about Cuba, and it shows a graph, and it says this graph shows the percent decreases in death from certain diseases in Cuba from 1991 to 1995, when the unraveling of the Soviet Empire caused serious food and fuel shortages. During this time, Cubans ate an average of only 1,800 calories per day and had to walk or bicycle to get around. This data shows a glimpse of how diet and exercise can promote better health and longevity. Now, it has a graph right there on there, and it shows a percentage of decrease. So diabetes, between those 4 years, there was over a 50% decrease in deaths. Coronary artery disease, there was over 30% decrease in deaths. And for a stroke, there was a little over 20% decrease in strokes. So what would happen if the whole United States was good like that? We have the fattest country in the world. We have the most fast food restaurants. And I'm not knocking fast food restaurants. I mean, you got to go there once in a while, you know, in a hurry and stuff like that. And it's a business. I mean, you got to make money. But is it necessary? I don't know. It all depends on your lifestyle. But my biggest concern is people's well-being. I can't force anybody to do anything because that's just not my nature. But like if you watch shows like The Biggest Loser or Student Body, these people tip in over 300 pounds. That's like 2 people. And you watch the end of it, and they lost like a whole body, a whole person. They lost all that weight. Think about it. Think how much healthcare would go down or anything like that. The other thing that concerns me is the traits that get passed on, like I was saying earlier. I have a daughter, so I constantly think about things like that. You know, I'm not perfect at all, and you know, what traits am I passing on to my kid? So why do we do this? Like I said in the original clip, the very first clip, I said, why do we do this? And I want to say that I think everyone in this P90X community is awesome. Just a couple of days ago, I don't know how everyone looks it up, but I type in P90X, I click enter for the videos, and then I go to relevance and I click the date added so I can see who's the newest videos, and I check them out. Well, I went all the way back like to 18 pages to check out like who was doing it from a long time ago, from like a year ago and stuff like that. And I was clicking on them and noticing them, you know, updates. Then I didn't see them anymore. A few of the people, they fizzled out. Life happens. Everyone has that life happen. It does. And it's not everyone's responsibility to keep up with YouTube. It's not. But sticking with this program, doing what you're supposed to be doing, exercising, period. It doesn't have to be P90X, just exercising is just a great way. And you all feel it, endorphins. You just feel so much better about yourself. You look better. Your self-esteem is better. Your clothes fit better. You get more compliments. I just want to say everyone out there is awesome. Everyone does a great job. And why we do this is because 30 years from now, you're going to be doing the same things you're doing now. I'm healthier now at 30 than I was at 20. So why do we do this? Because everyone here is just committed and wanting to succeed. So I think you guys are all awesome. Hang in there and just keep bringing it. All right? Oh, and you can leave a comment if you'd like. If you're offended or anything, I apologize. But stir up some conversation. Talk to you later.